Welcome, language detectives. You've just entered the inner sanctum of American Accent Pro, the podcast dedicated to cracking the code of authentic American English. I'm Adam, and today we're embarking on a linguistic deep dive that will fundamentally change how you hear and speak English. Prepare to unlock a linguistic superpower.
And I'm Sarah. Get ready, because what we're about to reveal is one of the biggest secrets to sounding truly native. A subtle yet powerful transformation that most textbooks barely touch upon. We're talking about the elusive, the often misunderstood, and sometimes completely vanishing T sound in American English. This isn't just about sounding correct. It's about sounding authentic.
That's right. If you've ever wondered why native speakers sound so different from what you read on the page, or why certain words seem to blend together, the T sound is often the culprit, or should I say, the key. By the end of this episode, you'll not only understand this secret, but you'll be able to start using it yourself, making your American accent sound incredibly more natural.
This is about bridging that gap between textbook English and the English spoken in the streets, in movies, and in everyday conversations across America. It's about gaining a deeper understanding of the rhythm and flow that makes American English unique. So lean in close, because this is the kind of insider knowledge that truly elevates your fluency and confidence. Let's uncover the secrets of the American T.
Short, sharp transition sound. All right, let's kick off our investigation with what we call the flapped T. This is perhaps the most common and noticeable transformation of the T sound in American English.
The flapped T, sometimes also called a soft D or a tap T, occurs when a T sound appears between two vowel sounds. It's not a hard T like in top, where your tongue stops the air completely. And it's not a hard D like in dog, where your tongue presses firmly. Instead, it's a very quick, light tap of the tongue against the roof of your mouth, just behind your front teeth. Almost like a very soft, quick D sound. The air continues to flow.
Think of it this way. When you say a hard T, your tongue creates a complete blockage of air. For the flapped T, your tongue just quickly brushes the roof of your mouth as the air continues to flow. It's a very relaxed, efficient movement that makes speech smoother and faster. This is a fundamental sound that immediately signals an American accent.
Let's try some classic examples. The word water. If you pronounce it with a hard T, it sounds like water. But in American English, it almost always becomes wadder. Hear that soft D sound? The T is between the A vowel and the E vowel.
This is why sometimes learners struggle to recognize these words when spoken quickly by natives.
Let's practice a few more. Repeat after us, focusing on that soft D sound. Try to feel your tongue making that quick, light tap.
Little, pretty, computer, party, data, hospital, total.
Excellent. Now, this flapped T doesn't just happen within a single word. It also occurs across word boundaries, which is where it can get a bit tricky for learners, but it's crucial for natural flow.
That's right. If a word ends with a T sound and the very next word starts with a vowel sound, that T will often flap. For example, the phrase get it out. If you say each word distinctly, it's get it out. But a native speaker will often connect those sounds and say, get it out. The T in get flaps because it starts with a vowel.
And the T in it also flaps because out starts with a vowel. So get it out becomes get it out. It's all about connecting the sounds for smoother, faster speech, making it sound less choppy.
Let's try some phrases where the T flaps across words. Listen carefully to how the words blend. Put it on. Put it on. What a nice day. What a nice day. Not at all. Not at all. about it, about it. Get up, get up. Light up, light up.
This is why active listening is so crucial. When you watch American movies or listen to podcasts, pay close attention to how native speakers connect these words. You'll start to hear these flapped T's everywhere, and once you recognize them, your listening comprehension will skyrocket. Now, let's move on to our second secret of the American T, the dropped T, or sometimes the silent T. This is when a T sound completely disappears or is barely pronounced at all.
This often happens when a T comes after an N sound, especially in the middle of a word. The N sound essentially swallows the T, making it vanish.
The most famous example is internet. Most Americans don't say internet with a clear T sound. It's almost always internet. The T just vanishes, making it sound like the N is directly followed by the next syllable.
And another common one is interview. You'll rarely hear interview. It's interview. And interesting often becomes interesting. This is a subtle but powerful indicator of a native American accent, and it's a sound that can really confuse learners if they're expecting a full T.
This happens because it's simply easier and more efficient for the tongue to move from the N sound directly to the next vowel or consonant without stopping to articulate the T. It's a natural simplification in rapid, casual speech.
Let's practice some words where the T often disappears after an N. Try to make it sound like the T isn't even there. 20, 20. Center, center. Winter, winner. Wanted, wanted. Though the T here can also flap if followed by a vowel, depending on context. Plenty, plenty. Dentist, dentist.
You'll also notice the T can be dropped or become very light when it's at the end of a word and the next word starts with a consonant, especially a D or N sound. For example, in last night. The T in last is often barely pronounced, almost silent, blending into the N of night.
Or soft drink. The T in soft is often very light or dropped. This is less about a strict rule and more about natural speech flow, where sounds are reduced for efficiency and ease of articulation. It's about minimizing effort while maintaining clarity.
The key is not to force it, but to listen for it. As you expose yourself more to native American English, your ear will naturally pick up on these patterns, and your mouth will start to produce them more easily. This is a crucial step in moving beyond a textbook accent. Our third secret involves the glottal T sound. This is a fascinating sound that replaces the T in certain positions, especially before an N sound at the end of a word.
A glottal stop is a sound made by briefly closing the vocal cords, stopping the airflow, and then releasing it. It's like a tiny catch or a momentary silence in your throat. You hear it clearly in the exclamation, "uh-oh."
Exactly. Your tongue doesn't touch the roof of your mouth for the T. Your throat just closes briefly, stopping the air, and then releases it into the N sound. Other common examples include mountain, mountain, certain, surin, kitten, kitten, written, written, cotton, cotton, forgotten, forgotten.
This is a very subtle but powerful marker of an American accent. Many learners try to pronounce the T in these words, but native speakers often use this glottal stop, especially in casual or rapid speech. It's a sign of a relaxed, natural pronunciation.
It's all about efficiency. It's easier to make that quick stop in your throat than to move your tongue to articulate a full T before the N. This makes the flow of speech smoother and less effortful.
Let's do a quick practice round for the glottal stop T. Listen and repeat, focusing on that slight catch in your throat. Important, important, often especially in casual speech. Lighten, lighten. Fountain, fountain. Curtain, curtain.
Remember, these aren't mistakes in pronunciation. They are natural, common variations that make up the authentic sound of American English. Embracing them will make your speech sound incredibly more natural.
Now let's uncover our fourth and final secret of the American T, the held T or the unreleased T. This occurs when a T is at the end of a word and is followed by a pause or by another consonant sound.
When a T is held, your tongue goes to the position to make the T sound, touching the roof of your mouth behind your front teeth, but you don't release the air. There's no puff of air, no explosion. The sound is stopped or held in your mouth.
Think of the word cat. If you say it slowly and clearly, you might release the T with a little puff of air. But in natural American speech, especially at the end of a sentence or before another consonant, that T is often held. It's like you're preparing to say the T, but then you just stop the sound.
Exactly. You feel the tongue go up, but the sound doesn't come out. It's a very subtle difference, but it's key to sounding natural. Let's try some examples. It's hot. The T in hot is held, no puff of air. Sit down. The T in sit is held, blending into the D of down. That car. The T in that is held, blending into the C of car. What time is it? The T in what is often held, blending into the T of time.
This is particularly common when the T is followed by another consonant. The tongue prepares for the T, then immediately moves to the position for the next consonant without releasing the T sound.
Let's try some held Ts. Try to feel your tongue stop the air without releasing it. Great job. The T in great is held. Don't go. The T in don't is held. Right now. The T in right is held. Get ready. The T in get is held.
This unreleased T is another example of how American English prioritizes efficiency and flow. It's a small detail, but it adds up to a big difference in how natural your accent sounds.
So, to recap our comprehensive linguistic investigation today, we've uncovered 4 major secrets of the American T sound.
First, the flapped T, where T between vowels becomes a soft D sound, like in water or city.
Second, the dropped T, where T after an N often disappears, as in internet or interview.
Third, the glottal T sound, where T before an N at the end of a word becomes a quick catch in the throat, like in button or mountain.
And fourth, the held T, where T at the end of a word, especially before a pause or another consonant, is unreleased, like in cat or sit down.
Mastering these subtle shifts will dramatically improve your American accent and your ability to understand native speakers in fast, everyday conversations. It's not about perfection, but about naturalness and connection.
Remember, the best way to internalize these sounds is through consistent practice and active listening. Watch American movies and TV shows, listen to podcasts, and try to mimic what you hear. Record yourself and compare it to
listen to native speakers. The more you immerse yourself, the more these sounds will become second nature. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Our question for today is, which of these 4 T sound secrets, the flapped T, the dropped T, the glottal stop T, or the held T, do you find most challenging to produce or most surprising to learn about? Have you noticed these sounds in American movies or songs before?
Share your insights, questions, and practice attempts in the comment section wherever you're listening to this podcast. Your engagement helps us build a fantastic learning community here at American Accent Pro. We love hearing about your journey and how you're applying these tips.
And if you found this episode helpful and you're ready to continue your mission to master the American accent, please remember to subscribe or follow American Accent Pro on your favorite podcast platform or YouTube channel. Hit that like button to show your support.
We release new episodes regularly, packed with practical tips and insider secrets to boost your American English skills. Don't miss out on your next linguistic operation.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Keep practicing, keep learning, and we'll catch you next time on American Accent Pro.